while Demon 45 and Team Maga are all in their feelings. What is that? It's supposed to be a MAGA picture. What is this? That's just regular old white-on-white crime. That's the same thing, which is funny considering they say it doesn't actually exist. Okay, that's accurate. But no, what? There it is. Team MAGA is in the building. Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's your girl, J-Ray the Fanatic for JRayTheFanatic.com. Don't forget to check us out every week for new videos and a podcast. And most importantly, don't forget to click the link below and subscribe and click the bell so you know every time we have a new video. Now, if you haven't heard, Nike has launched their 30th anniversary campaign and have made Colin Kaepernick the face of that. I could not be more overjoyed. I love Colin Kaepernick. I love how he has brought attention to Black issues. I also love how he is making those who suffer from acute melanin deficiency and chronic supremacy disorder show their racist flags. And trust me, if you are a Caucasian American and you have a problem with Nike, you have a problem with Colin Kaepernick, you, my friend, are a racist. Own it. Raise your hand. Be proud, because there's so much room for you in this country now. I mean, it's just basic stuff we're asking for. Like, hey, can we maybe get due process? It's, is that a thing? Can we do that? I don't know. If you're Black and have a problem with it, well, we all know about the sunken place. Nobody's perfect. We'll help when we can. In case you wanted to know how racist the racist majority is, let's just tune into social media and check out some of their comments all over the web, shall we? This one says, this is a loss for Nike since Blacks only steal Nikes and whites who are boycotting Nike are the cash cows. Good luck with that, Nike. Here's a fun fact though. If Black people were stealing as many Nikes as you think, we know that police shoot us and kill us on the spot. So, why would you have a problem with that? This one said, it's too bad Blacks don't know how to keep their money. As racist as this may be, I actually agree with this one. We saw Black men actually show up for Black women and show out when racist Asian owners didn't want to treat us right, wanted to beat us and act a complete fool, and they showed up for us, and we decided that 50% off was enough to compromise our ideals and give them our money instead of opening our own Black beauty supply store, our own Black nail salon, our own Black everything, and keeping our money in our own community. So sometimes the truth hurts. So I have to actually co-sign on this one, but he's still a racist twat. Sorry. This one is actually my favorite because it reminds us all of a really important life lesson, which is you simply cannot fix stupid. She says, instead of crying how unfair society is, hit the books. College is free for those of color. Even if your parents make 6 figures, you don't even have to get good grades. How unfair is that? People, Google is your friend. So this one is my personal favorite. This guy said, okay, just come back to me for a second here. This one was really good because there was a Native American woman and this man were going back and forth on how important it is to understand the history of this country so you don't repeat it. His stance was forget about it and get over it, which, I ain't seen not nary a white person put down the Confederate flag, so yeah, about that forgetting thing. Anyway, so his point was when she brought up, like, look, y'all came over here and we tried to show you the lay of the land and you gave us disease-infested blankets. His reply, the Indians died of a plague because their immune systems were not used to certain bacteria and obviously their lack of medical knowledge. The plague also killed millions of Europeans and almost wiped them out as well. If not for the Europeans' understanding of how to quarantine, they would have all died out too. I'm sorry, I was just taking a moment and visualizing a world where that actually happened, but it didn't. But here's the other sad part about this whole situation. I spent way too long, and I'm going to say this with all sincerity, way too long on social media yesterday reading comment after comment. I read well over 1,000 comments from Caucasian people, and it truly hurt my heart. Like, it truly hurt my heart to look at the country that I grew up in and say, Black people, and I'm saying this with all sincerity, we are all we got. And I mean that. We are all we got. Yes, there were about out of the 1,000 comments I read, I might have seen 4 or 5 tops, but it wasn't more than 5 from white people that were like, wait, no, you guys are overreacting. This is an important issue. This is an important issue. The NFL itself even only came out now. The NFL is in the middle of a collusion case with Colin Kaepernick. They had numerous times to rectify the situation and they chose not to. And now that they see that Nike is not only in the forefront, Nike has literally decided, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. Excuse me, Maga team, we're going to be on the right side of history because we know that history is going to remember Colin the same way it remembers Malcolm, the same way it remembers Ali, and these are real issues. And to go through thousands of comments and only see 5 people who agreed, who didn't look like me. So the rest of this video is truly a conversation between myself and my people. If you are a Caucasian American and you want to chime in and comment below and show me there's really more than 5 out of 1,000 people who understand social issues and willingly want to step up and say, hey, this isn't right, please feel free to comment below. If you are one of the alt-right MAGA racists that I have seen so proudly say their stance on social media, at me. But aside from that, black people, we need to have a serious conversation. It is time to circle the wagons. It is time to recognize our society for what it is and push this element out of our communities to give our kids and our future a better chance. We are still suffering from the negative impacts of slavery and integration. Time and time again, we peacefully protest, and those protests are twisted, and we are suddenly a terrorist group if we march with Black Lives Matter, or if we sit out while people pay tribute to a song and a flag that were written while we were being dehumanized, while we were property and we weren't even said to have a soul. We, friends, are on the hamster wheel of insanity. It is time we accept we will never change the society that was designed against us. We have to own our own destiny, and we have to admit that sometimes you just have to admit you were wrong. Integration was a bad idea. We didn't have our culture, we had no idea where we came from, and we were forced to integrate into a society that had dehumanized us from day one. It's time to get our culture back. It's time to stick together at all costs. While I must admit, this Nike ad is awe-inspiring, and it's going to take every ounce of my being not to spend a ridiculous amount of money going Nike from head to toe. Wouldn't it be better for me to take that money and invest it back into Nike? Because Nike's stock has dropped, so maybe now is the perfect time to do that. Or maybe join that money with somebody else and let's buy a nail salon. Let's buy a beauty supply store. Let's buy a duplex so we can save up this money, flip these houses, and own our own communities. Nike had a really good slogan, and I think it's time we adopt it for our own. It's only crazy till you do it. So just do it.